Well, it's a new week, a new month, and a new year for global markets. And taking a quick stock of how markets performed for the month of December as well as how they closed the year for 2021. All three US indices dipped on the last day of 2021 but gained for the month of December. The Dow was down around 16 basis points. The S&P 500 was down around 0.25%, and the Nasdaq fell 0.75% in trade on Friday, which is the 31st of December. The Dow has now gained for a fifth month in a row for the month of December, despite the fall on Friday. The S&P 500 too gained almost 27% for the year as a whole for 2021. The Dow has gained 19% almost for 2021, and the Nasdaq is up over 21% in 2021. So good year for investors. The Dow futures also continue higher in early trade today. The Dow futures is up over 1/3%. The S&P futures are up around 0.4%, and the Nasdaq futures is up over 0.5%. So reversing all of those losses clocked on the 31st of December in early trade today. Moving on to how Europe looked at close of the year. European stocks outside of Germany closed lower on Friday, with the German DAX up around 0.1%. The FTSE was down around 0.25%. CAC 42 down around 0.25%, and the Stoxx 600 was down 0.1% in trade. That's how they closed up on Friday. And the Euro Stoxx index has gained 22.5% for the year 2021, with outperformers for the year being banking and technology. Those are the themes that have been playing out over the year or so period. When I look at how Asian indices are doing in early trade today, very little to go by. The Shanghai is not yet open, but the Hang Seng is down around 12 basis points in early trade today, and the Kospi is up around 1/3% in early trade today. When I look at how the SGX Nifty is doing, it's down around 1/5% in early trade as we speak. So broadly, those are the cues coming out of Asia at the moment. Moving on to how oil performed. Oil was just above the USD 75 a barrel mark and has opened well above that. It's up almost 1%. It's at 75.82, very close to that $76 a barrel mark. It's climbed largely because the Libyan output has fallen ahead of the OPEC plus supply meeting. And of course, over the course of last year, Brent has gained a solid 50% plus in the year, which has been the strongest performance for crude since 2009. So let's see how 2022 pans out for oil. Gold too rallied over the last week or so, especially over the last 2 to 3 days. It's now at USD 1830 an ounce. So a good start to 2022 for gold as well. Dollar index though started on the lower side. It's at around 94.86 at the moment. However, it had dipped as low as 94.67 in late evening yesterday. But it's now at 95.86. So it's dipped, but not as much. The US 10-year yields closed 2021 above 1.5%, and it's sustained there. It's at 1.512% in early trade today. Bitcoin too is just above that $47,000 mark. Broadly, that's a roundup of how 2022 is starting off for markets.